Hi, moms. I'm back and so excited to introduce you today to Jamie Lovelynn. She is a certified breath practitioner and she takes a holistic approach to breath awareness. She's also an amazing fine art photographer. And I have a piece in my office, which I love, of the ocean. They're all calming, coastal calm. But I'm going to introduce you to her today. I'm excited. And Jamie?
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
I love this topic. I love what you're doing and sharing in the world, and happy to be here.
Yes, well, we're so happy to have you. So, if you could share a little bit about what breath awareness is and give our moms a few tips of why it's so important, that would be great.
Yes, breathwork is so powerful because life gets busy, especially as a mom. There's so much going on, a lot to take care of. It can be overwhelming, it can be stressful, and the breath is a really quick way to shift the brain chemistry, to shift our physiology, to shift our emotional state using the breath so that ultimately we can A, feel better inside, and B, be a better mom too.
Yes, that's so true. It's so stabilizing. And is there a certain tip that you could give us, like a 2-minute breath work tip for our moms that would really help?
Yeah, definitely. One I love that's just very simple is count of 5 on the inhale, hold for 5, and then really long breath out for a count of 10. So it's 5, 5, 10. And what this does is this engages the parasympathetic nervous system. So it's just directly going to be calming and also calm the amygdala. The amygdala is the part of the
Mhm.
brain that's really always looking out for danger. It's doing a great job of trying to keep us safe, but it's really focused on survival.
Mhm.
And as a mom, sometimes we just get stuck in that state, and it's okay. We don't need to judge it or anything like that, but we can shift back into having more space for that unconditional love to come through when the amygdala calms down.
And that's such a great point. And I always tell my girls that I'll say take two, 3 breaths,
Yeah.
right? In through your nose, out through your mouth. It's such a way to calm yourself when they
Yeah.
get, super anxious because anxiety is such a big part of our lives today. So, in your classes, you also talk about mental awareness and you have a great approach to that. And is it mainly your breath or are there other factors? Okay.
There are a lot of factors. Breath is a great way to start because our entire system constricts when we're under stress. You've probably heard the term fight or flight.
Yes.
So again, that's all that we can see is how do I focus on, let's say that situation that's at hand or calming,
That's true.
there's chaos in the world. We just want that to stop. Sometimes we're so focused on trying to stop the chaos in the outer world, but really the shift happens when we remember that we actually can't control the outer world, but we can come back into a little more control in our inner world and create that calm. So it's a shift from chaos to calm. And it gives us that
Yes.
space to then again allow the love to come
Mhm.
back in, to allow that creativity to come back in, to allow more options for, if there's a situation or a challenge or a problem, if we're in that stress state, all we can see is maybe one option. We
Yes.
can't see the options for a solution. But when we
That's
shift
true.
and breathe, we open up space for more solutions to come in, more capacity to hold all the emotions of perhaps
That's
the
true.
rest of the family, the chaos that's happening. So then all of a sudden, the chaos in the outer world doesn't feel so intense.
Yes. It's such a good point because breath is such a way to bring awareness to your body and outside world kind of shutting that down and just bring it inside. So, yoga, there's such a great breath
Yeah.
work and a component in yoga um, that really people love. And talk a little bit about that, just the yoga breathing, that whole.
Yeah, well, they're just like breath work. There are many different types of breath work. There's many different types of yoga. The amazing thing about yoga too is you're really moving your body with the breath and
Yes.
coming back into the body. Again, sometimes we're so focused on the outer world that we forget about the connection within. So sometimes I say, even just if we don't have a lot of time, if we don't have the chance to go to a full yoga class,
Yes.
just even bring one hand to your heart, just
Mhm.
feel your heart beat and
Love it.
bring your awareness into this present moment, or furthermore, take it another step further and put both hands
Hmm.
around your face. And just like you would love a little child, like you give that love to yourself,
I love
even
that.
just for one moment, because
Yeah,
we get really rushed, right? Time is of the essence.
we do.
But
And
that one moment can shift
yeah.
everything.
So that's so amazing because I love the practical things that you can do that you can, like you just told us, the little tips that really help that we could take throughout the day to make us feel better. But how did you discover breath work was your thing, I guess you'd say, right?
Yeah, well, I had been in therapy for about 15 years, and I'd read a lot of books on self-healing, of finding inner peace. Not that we ever are completely healed or find inner peace and we're done, but
True.
just this journey of for me wanting to live out my potential, wanting to live life to the fullest and really feel love and joy. And it's easy to say, oh, just go feel joy and love, but how do we actually do that? And it's tough to do that when our system, when our whole body is stuck in that stress state. So
Yes.
for me, it was my first breathwork session was 2 hours long, and you've done the really deep breath work, LaReine.
I have.
And I had never felt so much peace in my
Yeah.
body, just complete, as if a bubble of light and a big warm hug was around me.
Yeah.
Not trying to run away from anything. My mind had slowed down. I didn't have the racing thoughts. And I
Very
just
calming.
knew how powerful it was. And I knew that just talking about problems,
Yeah.
it doesn't give the full embodiment of feeling that love and actually engaging the nervous system to have that real big shift.
Yes, and that's such a great point. So it's really about finding other things than talking about, the problem and really going into your body,
Yes.
finding that breath, finding that awareness. So Jamie, what one self-care tip can you give to help moms bring awareness into their life during the day?
Yes. Well, life is busy, and I love to turn ordinary moments into magical moments. So these are just moments that could pass us by, but we make them special. So for moms, making that morning cup of coffee, but putting it in a really beautiful mug that brings you joy, buying those flowers because they make you feel good, and then really taking the time to smell them. Put your nose in the rose, smell it,
I love
soak it in. It's even just taking a little time to put some nice hand cream on your hands and just feel your hands, bring presence into the body. So it's more connection with nature, with ourselves,
I love that.
and with others,
Yeah.
moment by moment, one breath at a time, one moment at a time.
That's right. That's beautiful. Oh, I love that. And her classes are amazing. She teaches them on the beach, or you could be at home. She does Zooms and she has people all over, like in Greece and
Yeah.
Italy. And so you can join her by Zoom. I did one night. I know I felt so calm.
Mhm.
Any place that you can lay down. So Jamie is available on our website. She's part of our expert panel, and our members can access her. They can ask her questions, they can get advice, and just really tune into all the awareness of what breath can do for you. So I want to thank you so much for being with us today.
My
You're
pleasure.
a
Thank you for
beautiful
having
person.
me.
Yeah, it was so good. So we'll see you next time.